Welcome back to my channel. Before we start the video, I just want to say thank you so much for all of the comments on my last video, the one I did with my mum. She was so nervous about doing that, which was quite funny. It took us so long to get going, but actually we both really got into it and really enjoyed it ourselves. So I'm so glad that came through and that you all really enjoyed it as well. It's a bit of something different, and I'm definitely hoping that she comes back in the future. We are thinking of a few different ideas that we could do, whether that be on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok even. So any suggestions of what kind of videos you'd like to see us do together, then definitely let me know in the comments below this video or the previous video. So I hope you're not too disappointed that I'm back solo again for today's video, but I wanted to do a trends focused video, but more specifically what I probably will be avoiding in trends in 2025. The reason I do these is because I hope it shows you that you don't have to go for every trend, and I also hope it shows that the ones I'm going for do fit in with my style, and that you can select very carefully which ones you want to embrace and which ones you want to avoid, and hopefully me explaining why I am avoiding certain trends will help you decide which ones you want to avoid and which ones you want to embrace. So I'm absolutely not saying you need to avoid these trends. They're not bad trends. I actually quite like them as trends, but they just don't suit my style. And that's what this is all about. It's about finding our own style, what works for us best. So the first trend I'm probably going to avoid in 2025 is the rise of plaid and a little bit of gingham as well. So we saw this on the Bottega Veneta catwalk. Also Balenciaga was doing this kind of plaid as well. Again, it's not that I'm against this. I just don't feel like it suits my style. I think it can be a little bit masculine for my taste. I don't know if that makes sense as such. I think it just has those kind of lumberjack connotations with the plaid, and I think it's just one step too far for me. I like things maybe a little bit plainer. I think this just feels a little bit too relaxed almost for me, and a little bit too lumberjacky almost. Gingham as well, they kind of fall into a similar category. I don't dislike it, but whenever I've had gingham things in the past, which I have done, and I do kind of like them, but I always come back to this notion that it doesn't feel very my style. We are seeing these trends filtering through to the high street now. So my example is this jacket from Anthropology. It's a cute jacket, and I'm sure somebody would look amazing in this. If it's your style, then go for it. It's just not my style, and hopefully by showing you what's not my style, it will just remind everybody that you don't have to invest in all of these trends. The next trend I'm going to be avoiding is fringing. I feel like this was very popular 10 plus years ago maybe. Obviously there was that kind of big Glasto trend, all those festival outfits, and they were all very much kind of fringing, and the plaid again, the two things went hand in hand. And you know what, I'm just really not ready for the revival of those trends from that period of time. I feel like it's not been long enough to bring back that trend. That said, I was never on board with that trend anyway. It's just not my style. Again, it feels probably a little bit too relaxed for me. I have had years and years ago some fringing pieces, and honestly just never liked them. Maybe as well it can feel a little bit cliched, a little bit Western style, but also we're seeing it on a lot of dresses. Michael Kors did this, like kind of fringed dresses. Edem also did this with the fringe dresses. I don't dislike it that much, but it's just probably not my favorite kind of look. This next trend, I can firmly say I just do not like this. And that is parkas. So by this I mean the kind of parka coat. It is that revival of the kind of Gallagher Brothers look, the Manchester 90s big oversized parkas that almost sports looks feel as well. But for me, it's one step too far down that sporty route. I'm not a huge fan of that sports looks as athleisure trend anyway. However, I feel like this is just taking it to the extreme. We did see the parkas on a lot of runways. Prada, we saw parkas. Burberry, we saw parkas, and also we're seeing them on the high street as well. You know what? They are practical. If you want to wear them for your dog walk, that is great. But I think other than that, we can do so much better than a parka. I just think it's almost slobby looking, and I just think we can do better than that. Next is the electric blue, which we saw at Victoria Beckham and also Louis Vuitton. I don't love a really strong, if I'm gonna go for blue, it's going to be a navy or it's going to be something like this. It's a lot more classic, a lot more timeless. I know a stripy shirt like this will stand me the test of time. Equally the same with a navy crew neck jumper. You know, an electric blue pair of trousers are probably not going to be my best, most wearable purchase. I just think the color for me, I just don't think I can get on board with this. It's not very wearable. I don't think it's that accessible. And I think we might regret it and then have nothing to wear it with. Okay, I just had a delivery and I realized I think my mic was maybe in the wrong place. So if it was a little bit ruffly before, forgive me, but hopefully this will be better. But anyway, my next trend to avoid, probably a bit of a controversial one, is boho. So we saw Chloe revive their typical boho look on the runway. We've also seen it from Isabel Marant. It's kind of their signature look. But also Valentino and Fendi have also done a nod to this boho trend. There's a lot of ruffles, there's a lot of sheer, a lot of eyelet, the fringing again, lots of kind of pinks and kind of very feminine floaty fabrics and colors. For me, it's just a little bit too much. It's a little bit too fussy. I prefer things that are a little bit more clean looking, sleeker, a bit more architectural, modern minimalism. Whereas this just feels like we did it. I mean, it's not even that long ago that this was a huge trend when you think of all those Zimmermann dresses. It kind of feels like that Coachella look. I'd say this isn't even maybe 10 years ago that we did this. So I think it feels a little bit too soon to be coming back again to this. But not only that, I just don't feel like it is my personal style in general. And I also don't feel like it's that much of a timeless look. So let's move on to the trends that I am going to be embracing with open arms. These are trends I'm either doing already or thinking about doing as we move into spring, summer. So the first trend is ballet pink. I think this is a very, very wearable color, particularly if you are somebody who loves neutrals. It looks so great with everything from gray to this kind of brown that we're doing. The brown suede will complement pink really nicely. Also denim, all your kind of browns, neutrals, even kind of like beiges, slightly more camel-y tones will go with pink and look really good. Black, navy too. So it's a really good one if you are a neutral lover. I actually had a pair of pink trousers years ago that I wore to death. And I just loved how it looked with a crisp white shirt. And that is definitely how I will be embracing this pink trend. I will be doing a block color in something quite minimal and chic, maybe something like a pair of wide leg trousers that just feel very me and quite modern. Without being too over the top. So I won't be going down that boho route with all the ruffles with pink as well. I think I'm going to keep it sleek and simple. The next trend I'm going to be embracing and continue to embrace is suede. And I think it's really nice to pick different pieces from different runway shows. You may not like everything a designer shows, but you may take one or two pieces, and that is what personal style is. So for example, we saw a lot of suede from Isabel Marant, but I don't love that overall kind of boho aesthetic, but I do love that suede nod that they bring in. I think suede is just a really nice way to bring texture and depth to your outfits while still feeling quite minimal. It has a relaxed quality to it. I will be doing the suede with my COS bag that I'm wearing all the time at the minute, my kind of slouchy clutch bag that's also a crossbody. This is such a good bag, I'm obsessed with it. Also, I've got some dark brown suede loafers that I'll be wearing a lot, especially as the weather gets nicer. I think it's really nice to just add in a suede accessory. A suede belt is a really easy way to do this as well. The next trend I'm going to be embracing is the mini skirt or dress. So we have only really seen maxi and midi lengths around for some years now, and trust me when I say they are not going anywhere. They are also not going anywhere in my own wardrobe because I love them so much. I love that longer length. I've actually just bought myself a suede Massimo Dutti skirt, so I'm ticking 2 trend boxes, but I think because it's so simple and it's not too over the top in terms of a trend, I can get away with doing both. I mean, a mini skirt at the end of the day is quite a classic piece anyway. The suede is quite a classic texture, but pairing them together just feels a little bit more trend-led in a way that suits my style well. So I think it's just fun to play with different lengths, and I also love in winter that kind of short mini length with a longer coat over the top, maybe with like a chunky loafer too. Next, I will be embracing double denim. This is kind of a trend we've seen for years now. It's not going anywhere. I love denim. I actually did a whole reel the other day, it might be on my shorts as well, about a denim shirt that I love. It's a Ralph Lauren denim shirt. Ralph Lauren obviously do denim so well, but the reason I did a whole reel on it because I thought it was like the best version of this shirt that you can buy. Also, a denim shirt is a classic wardrobe item. I spoke about this in another reel recently, but basically how a denim shirt we have seen through all of the decades, going back from the 50s to the present day, a denim shirt has been around. So that is why I really concentrated on this specific denim shirt, because I think it's such a timeless investment for your wardrobe. With the shape, the cut, the color, everything about it was a really good version of the denim shirt to buy. So I will link that below as well. And then you can double up on that denim if you really want to embrace the trend fully. I just love how a denim shirt looks with jeans. And finally, I will be embracing the cinched waist. What I love about this is how you can combine 2 pieces, something a bit more masculine with something a bit more feminine. So for example, a blazer is a really good way to do this. We've had a lot of oversized blazers around in the past few years, and you can just create this cinched in waist trend with your existing slightly oversized blazer. All you need to do is add a belt over the top and it creates this look, because I think what we're seeing with these knit waists is that style that isn't too fitted. We're not going back to that very, very fitted style. We've still got a lot of structure with the shoulder. There's still quite a lot of fabric involved with this trend, but we're just seeing that waist silhouette. For example, I've got this Source Unknown blazer myself. I wear it all the time at the minute, and it has very boxy shoulders. It has that oversized feel that we've seen so much of, but it just embraces that cinched in waist. So you don't need to go and spend any money on this trend. Just take your blazer, take a belt, combine the two, and you have got this trend. So that's a really easy one to create. So I think there's kind of 2 common themes running throughout the ones I've chosen to avoid and the ones I've chosen to embrace. I think the ones I've chosen to embrace, obviously they suit my style, but I do think they are more wearable. I think they are more classic. I mean, like I said, the denim shirt has not really gone anywhere since the 1950s. So that is something we will be able to have in our wardrobes forever. The same with suede. I don't think suede is gonna go anywhere. It's a fabric that is always around. And I definitely think the ones to embrace are just easier to wear in general. The ones to avoid feel a little bit more fussy if we think of the fringing and we think of the boho. I think we've got a lot more fuss going on within the outfit there. And so that probably just doesn't suit my style. It may suit yours, and that's great. But I think if we're talking about longevity, timeless pieces, and how to add a few trends to that kind of concept, the ones to embrace are more tailored towards that. So before you sign off this video, I just have a little request. If you could make sure you've hit the subscribe button. If you're a long-term viewer, just double check that you've already subscribed. You may think you've already subscribed, but you've not pressed that button. It takes a second to do. It will mean that my videos pop up as soon as you open YouTube. Anything new I post will be there. You don't have to search for my name. So that's a bit of an advantage, but it also really helps me out. We are on our way to 1 million subscribers, which I can't really quantify, but it would mean so much if you press that subscribe button. Don't forget, you can shop all my outfits on my LTK account. If you don't know what that is, it is basically an app, kind of like Instagram, but shoppable. So there are links available. You can save your favorite products, create wish lists. You can go on to what's trending of mine. You can see daily outfits that I'm wearing on there as well. I've been uploading kind of just my day-to-day looks, which I don't really post anywhere else. So there's a bit more extra content on there too, just in case you needed some more from me. And also it's just kind of that hub where you can find all of the products that I'm loving. So you can either download the app or you can just search my name, put LTK next to it in Google and it will come up. And I'll obviously link it in the description box too. So thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next YouTube video. Bye.